You think you understand what big means. You don't, not even close. By the time this video ends, everything you believe about size and distance is going to shatter completely. Watch closely, because Earth is about to shrink before your eyes, first past the moon, then past the sun itself. And this is only the very beginning of the journey. We're going to start small, impossibly small, in fact, compared to everything that's still waiting for us out there in the darkness ahead. The moon sits about 384,000 kilometers from Earth, a distance that already sounds massive, but trust me, it's barely even a warm-up for what's coming. That gap between Earth and the moon is so enormous that every other planet in our solar system could line up side by side inside it, with room to spare. It took Apollo astronauts nearly 3 full days just to cross that gap. And as far as that feels, this is still just our tiny corner of space, our backyard. Now look at the sun. In pure volume, it's about 1.3 million times bigger than the entire planet Earth, a number that's almost impossible to actually picture. You could pack over 1 million Earths inside the sun, side by side, and it still wouldn't be completely full. Let that sink in for a second. Jupiter alone is so massive it weighs 2.5 times more than every other planet in our solar system combined. One single world outweighing all the rest. But here's the thing, the planets themselves are tiny. What's truly staggering is the empty, silent space stretching between every single one of them. Light from the sun takes about 8 minutes to reach Earth. But that same beam needs over 4 full hours just to reach Neptune, at the edge of our system. Voyager 1, humanity's farthest traveling spacecraft, launched all the way back in 1977, and after nearly 50 years of flight, it still hasn't escaped the sun's gravity. Zoom out far enough, and our entire solar system, the sun, all 8 planets, everything we've just shown you, shrinks to a single, barely visible speck of light. The closest star to our sun is called Proxima Centauri, sitting about 4.2 light-years away, and that number alone is about to become terrifyingly small. Light itself travels at 300,000 kilometers every single second, the fastest speed in the universe, and it still takes over 4 full years just to arrive there. Even using humanity's fastest spacecraft ever built, that same trip to the nearest star would take more than 70,000 years to actually complete. And stars come in wildly different sizes. Our sun feels enormous to us, but it could fit inside the red supergiant Betelgeuse nearly 1 billion times over. If Betelgeuse somehow took our sun's place, its glowing surface would completely swallow Earth, swallow Mars, and keep expanding out past the orbit of Jupiter. And remember, Betelgeuse is just one single star among hundreds of billions scattered across our galaxy alone. We've genuinely barely scratched the surface here. This sweeping spiral of light is the Milky Way. Our entire solar system, everything we've shown you so far, is that single, almost invisible dot right there. Our galaxy stretches roughly 100,000 light-years from edge to edge, meaning light itself needs 100,000 years just to travel all the way across it. Somewhere inside that spiral, scientists estimate there are between 100 and 400 billion individual stars, each one a sun, many with their own orbiting planets. Our entire solar system constantly orbits the galaxy's center, tracing one massive, slow circle, and completing just one full lap takes about 230 million years. In fact, the last time our solar system sat in this exact position of its orbit, dinosaurs were still walking freely across the surface of the Earth. As enormous as our galaxy sounds, the Milky Way is still just one galaxy among countless others scattered through the darkness. There are so many more waiting. Our nearest large neighboring galaxy is Andromeda, sitting about 2.5 million light-years away, and remarkably, it's even bigger and more massive than our own Milky Way. Right now, at this very moment, Andromeda is silently racing toward us, and in roughly 4.5 billion years, our two galaxies are going to collide. Together with roughly 80 other nearby galaxies, big and small, our Milky Way forms what astronomers call the local group, our own cosmic neighborhood. But even that entire local group is just one small cluster, tucked inside something dramatically larger, a structure astronomers call the Virgo supercluster. Zoom out even further, and you'll notice galaxies aren't scattered randomly at all. They form an enormous cosmic web made of glowing filaments and vast, empty voids. Everything we've shown you in this entire video so far, every star, every galaxy, fits inside this one tiny, barely visible highlighted section of that web. This glowing sphere represents the observable universe, literally everything humanity can possibly see from Earth, stretching an almost unbelievable 93 billion light-years across. That number sounds impossible, honestly, because the universe itself is only about 13.8 billion years old. So how can we possibly see something so much bigger? The answer is that space itself has been continuously expanding this entire time, stretching every distance further and further, even as ancient light travels toward us. Somewhere inside that observable sphere, scientists estimate there are roughly 2 trillion separate galaxies, each one containing billions upon billions of its own stars. Zoom into just one of those 2 trillion galaxies, and you'll find it holding, on average, hundreds of billions of stars all on its own. Multiply all of that out, and there are more stars in the observable universe than there are grains of sand on every single beach on Earth combined. And somewhere in the middle of all those trillions of stars, orbiting one completely ordinary sun, on one small blue dot, is you, right now, watching this. But here's the part that genuinely breaks people's brains. That 93 billion light-year sphere we just described isn't actually the true edge of the universe at all. It's only the edge of what we're currently capable of seeing. Light from anything farther away simply hasn't had enough time to reach us yet. Most cosmologists now believe the true universe extends far beyond what we can observe, and some suspect it might stretch on forever, with no edge at all. Some theories even suggest our entire universe could be just one bubble floating among countless others. Nobody knows for certain, and honestly, that's the most humbling part. So let's rewound everything, one last time. 2 trillion galaxies, one Milky Way, one ordinary star, one small planet, one tiny blue dot quietly orbiting an average corner of space. And somewhere on that one small dot, in the middle of this unimaginable scale, life happened anyway. Against every single odd stacked against it, you happened. So next time you look up at the night sky, remember, you're not staring at a ceiling, you're staring into a universe so vast that numbers stop meaning anything. Subscribe to The Silent Universe, and I'll see you in the next one.